Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review writer-director Nathan Catucci's Impossible Monsters. And this is a thriller setup where this doctor, played by Santino Fontana, who recognized from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, is doing a sleep study and looking into dreams and nightmares, and he has this group of people that he's working with, including one of his students and this artist, which, in terms of how the story's set up, it's a bit clunky, as it takes a little bit for you to get your bearings straight in this film, because it sets you up, and if you didn't look at the description or anything, you might be wondering throughout at least the first half of this film what the hell this film's about. You start with this artist, and you're really grounded in this artist, and I'm like, okay, then this is our main character that we're going through. And I remember looking at the description, like, who the heck's this doctor then? And it's so interesting that it's just like you're veered off focusing on this artist right away. You don't meet the doctor until a little bit into the film, and this film is only an hour and 24 minutes, and it builds up to something happens to someone in his research study group, and like that's all the description of the film, the synopsis that's on IMDb, and I'm sitting there like, when's this getting going? And that's the thing, this film takes a really long time to really get into anything. It's like Ents talking at Entmoot, and it's just like takes them 5 hours to agree somebody's not an orc. And it's just like, this movie's only an hour and 24 minutes. When's this going to get going? And what helps it along a little bit is whenever they really go into these dream sequences, they're freaky. They're really well done. Catucci does a fantastic job of building tension and intrigue in these scenes. And that's when the thrills of this film really work. So honestly, it's the thrills that work about this film. They're unnerving, they're visually appealing from a thriller perspective, and you're sitting there, I felt, creeped out whenever those scenes happened. And then you get back to the actual life, and you're kind of just like, when's this going to get going? And I have to say, some of the acting doesn't feel very natural at times, and that's from most of the cast, and really the dialogue is not great. It's really exposition heavy, it's very clunky, and so like you have all these other pieces that are dragging the story down, but when it comes to the thrills in the film, they're really effective, and it's just like, why couldn't the rest of the film catch up to that? Because then you feel like you're sitting here, like there's wasted potential here. Because if they built up these characters, you felt a deeper connection to them, those thrills would even be more impactful in a story. But this film really takes its time, and it's clunky all the way, beat by beat throughout the story with each character that gets introduced. And in the end, besides those thrills, I didn't really get a whole lot out of this film. And in terms of like a thriller, it's like you need to have something, connection, writing something, acting something. And if you're just some thrills, then they could have just been creepy little short films, each of them. Each of those creepy dream sequences. But in the end, I think Impossible Monsters has put some potential there, but kind of just lets it go in a film that doesn't really meet the concepts and the thrills that it has. But those are my thoughts on Impossible Monsters. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.